Shalom. Salakia, pardon me. Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. My brother Kaya from GMS Indianapolis, branch of Indiana. I just want to do a response to this, article on screen. There's a video too. This is KTLA, 5LA's very own. I guess this is, a news channel in Los Angeles, California. It says another ballot measure asking whether California should be its own country is clear to start gathering signatures. The California Secretary of State announced Thursday. According to the guidelines, if at least 50% of registered voters participate in that election and at least 55% vote yes, it will constitute a vote of no confidence in the United States of America and expression of the will of the people of California to become an independent country, but would not change California's current government or relationship with the United States. All right, so let me look up real quick a vote of no confidence. All right, let's see what they got right there. A vote showing that a majority does not support the policy of a leader or governing body. Okay. What happens if there's a vote of no confidence? Look, they brought up California State University too. I just wanted to... Come on, let's see. Let's just get 4 facts real quick. See what it is. 4 facts you must know about a vote of no confidence. All right, fact 1. Under Robert's rules, a vote of no confidence is not a vote to remove a person from a position. Okay, that's talking about United Kingdom. See, this is all in regard to the United Kingdom. Let me see. In America, let me see. All right, anyway, shit, we got it. I just want to go into it a little bit more, but it basically represents you ain't pleased with the current goings of things. And look, with what's going on, right, with those fires, right, that's a motivator, all right, for the people of California. It says it will constitute a vote of no confidence in the United States of America and expression of the will of the people of California to become an independent country, but would not change California's current government or relationship with the United States. So they still run the same way. And I probably still trade the way that they trade goods across the states, right? Should the measure pass, a commission to report on California's viability as an independent country will be created. The initiative estimates one-time election-related costs in forming a commission on national sovereignty and independence will cost $10 million. Estimates also show that operating the commission will take another $2 million in annual state costs. This isn't the first time conversations about California becoming its own country have been raised. In 2016, interest in the cow exit movement increased after President Donald Trump was elected for his first term, right? Because Trump is supposed to represent conservative ideas, right? Which I always bring up. He kissed Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, and Rudy Giuliani was dressed up as a woman, right? So don't be fooled, right? The world is a stage, and all these Edomites are actors, man. Hypocrites is the word hypocrite means actor, and they are a congregation of them. All right. The organization's former president, Marcus Evans, is also behind the new initiative. The new initiative must get 546,651 signatures by July 22nd to move forward. Legally seceding the country will require a constitutional amendment, which will require the approval of Congress in 38 states. Right. And just the simple fact that this is in the talks and this is in conversation, all right, is heavy enough. All right. It's heavy enough because look, man, I don't want to see that. It's heavy enough because the state of America right now, with those fires, right? Everything that's going on with them, and then how the people was denied the proper insurance. The insurance companies ain't really helping the people, and I think America offered them like a small, $750 something. This will inflame and incense people, all right, against the government to agree with this. And if all they got to get is 500,000 odd signatures, and they got 6 months to do it, that seems very likely. All right. So I'm gonna press play. Come on, man. Shit. California's economic influence. See, a state product of 4.1 trillion is the largest subnational economy worldwide. It's fifth globally behind the U.S., China, Japan, and Germany. And it's part of the U.S. But if you separate it, it would have been fifth. Right? Silicon Valley, technology, Apple and Google, top companies, California. Hollywood, movies, film, TV, California. Now, this one I didn't know. Agriculture, the Central Valley is a top producer. It supplies over half of the United States fruits and vegetables. Over half of the United States fruits and vegetables come from California. And a lot of the people who work in those fields was who? Immigrants, quote unquote, right? So see how these things are all like interconnected, and the domino effect of these things, these different, how can I say, avenues being at odds with against each other, is going to produce a chaotic environment. All right. Like we're headed to like utter chaos, right? Like if this shit get to like rolling, right? Which it will, and which it is. All right. Jeremiah 30:7, which it says, I'll grab it real quick, which I just brought that out in my previous lesson too. But look, it said, Jeremiah 37, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, that day is great. Now I wonder what they got for that. For great. Let me see, Jeremiah 30:7. It's not a regular old day now. I just glanced at the other. Got a wall, great in intensity. It's gonna be intense. Great, distinguished of men. All right, this day is gonna be distinguished. All right, and for the history buffs out there, this is some cruel history. The Inquisition, when they was torturing people, had all them different torture devices. The Assyrians, they was known to be some fierce people, man. All right, this day would be fierce. in the NIV on the right, how awful that day will be. No other will be like it. It will be a time of trouble for Jacob, but he will be saved out of it. All right, let's see what else they got. Electronics and machinery, yeah. Major financial firms are based in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Tourism. So just the mere idea of this, right, is it shows you where we at, all right, on the world stage, primarily in prophecy, right? Because Isaiah 19:3 says what? Start at verse 2 though. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians," right? America, modern day Egypt, right? And its citizens are Egyptians, and they're against each other, right? And with Trump being the president, and he's with him having that overview of being, conservative, everything. California is like is one of the hubs of wickedness. Hell, what you got? California, Atlanta, and Vegas. All right, other little spots. Hell, wouldn't be surprised if that was a combination of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities, man. All right, hell, California, you got NAMBLA, right? A national. Matter of fact, let's look that up real quick. You got NAMBLA out there. They was thriving under Biden. North American Man Boy Love Association. Right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, it says Organization United States. I think they dissolved. Yeah, okay. They dissolved, and we got all of this alphabetism activity going on in recent years. Was based as 2005. A newspaper report stated that NAMBLA was based in New York and San Francisco. That's all we need on that. San Francisco, all right, against California. So all that old filth, right, associated with California, or what's another term for it? A progressive. How you Salaki? Hold on. Progressive. All right, progressivism. I dare say. Right, that's what they call it. They call it progress, to be a degenerate, right? That's against the current president administration, supposedly, right? Supposedly. Right. And they shall fight everyone against his neighbor. Well, you fight with the words first. You fight with the pen first. And they trying to put it on paper to be against each other. Everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so I'm going to jump to 2nd Ezra 13. Let me see. What is that? 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, right? In California being that realm. Hell, you even had talks of Texas seceding. Let me see. Current Supreme Court precedent in Texas holds that the state cannot seek from you by an act of the state. More recently, blah, blah, blah. What is the Texas Secession Bill 2024? See? Remember not too long ago, there was like the country was divided 50-50. It's so-called 50 states, right? And 24 sent aid to Texas, all right, about the border situation that they was faced. So including Texas, that would be 25. They sent the state National Guard, right? Because the Biden administration wasn't doing anything, all right? It was letting all these people, letting all the so-called immigrants in, right? And then 24 states aided Texas, right? So that was division down the middle, all right? So basically, you see how what's happening is, like I mentioned earlier, they're allowing the society to become so chaotic, right, on all levels, which really is the Most High doing it, right? The Most High, he maneuvers through men, all right? But it's so chaotic that people are going to beg for a solution, all right? And that's how you get people to give away their freedoms, all right? Through terrorism, all right? Which terrorism is violent acts committed in the name of, well, let's look it up. Violent acts to get a desired outcome politically, all right? Because we're not terrorists, okay? All right? The Hebrew Israelites, and we're not black either. The Hebrew Israelites, the proper ones with the right doctrine, we serve the Lord. All right? That's it. That's all. We depend on him for everything. We don't have no political goals and aspirations and aims. Y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. T-ism is the use of violence against non-combatants to achieve political or ideological goals. It is often used to intimidate or coerce a government or civilian population. And that's what's happening. They want to coerce the civilian population into taking the micro C-hip. So they're keeping everything chaotic around you, everything uncertain, everything fearful, and you'll beg them, all right? You'll beg for a solution, and that's going to be their solution, all right? And they've been doing it subtly since they came into power. Every couple of years, you find out there's more and more and more you can't do. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he, another word for save is except or unless, he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right, so that mark, which we go into the word all the time, all right, is charagma, which means it's something physical. It's not spiritual. It's a physical imprint. All right, because you can lie and say that you agree. You can go along to get along, and a lot of people do that already. Esau know that. He privy to that. But when you get that actual physical implantation, all right, that's the proof. All right. All right. When you get that tattoo, if you will, all right, and not the henna, the shit the nigga woman get trying to be like the East Indians, that little shit that lasts for a couple weeks, henna, whatever they call it. No, this shit gonna be inside of you. All right, it's gonna seem cool in the beginning. You can walk in the store and everything, it scans you already. You don't gotta pull out no credit cards or pull out no phone, no Apple Pay or nothing like that. You can wave it over your car door, open your car. You can wave it over your house door, open your house, and they're already doing that. with these some of these places is biometrics. You clock in with a fingerprint. All right, you get into your house with a fingerprint or a code. It's gradually getting you hooked up to it. All right. So let's look up that word mark to show you that it's charagma, a stamp imprinted, right? The mark branded upon horses. And when you brand a horse, that shows what? Ownership. So when you get this mark, it represents that you agree with being a slave, right? See, it means because you people, you depend on Esau Edom, right? He say jump. You don't even say how high. You just jump as high as you fucking can. You'll repeatedly hit your head on the ceiling if it's a ceiling, because he said it. Mark branded upon horses, ownership. You get this, you saying Esau your guy. You'll do what he say do to continue living in this subpar existence. A scratch or etching stamp as a badge of servitude. All right. When you look up other definition, it will say palisade. See, there go a pail or a stake. Right? Remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they get the wooden pail and hit it in the chest? A palisade or a rampart. Pails between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. Yeah, a stake in the ground. All right? So the tent don't fly away. There's going to be a stake in you so you don't fly away. So you don't get delivered. Y'all want to look at the word causeth. Poio, to make, right? Right, see, to make, to fashion. See, he fashions and makes these situations, and he herds you to the destination he wants you to go. It's called Hegelian dialectics, man. You have the thesis, right? Then you have the antithesis, and then you have the synthesis. So you have two opposing factors, all right, to lead you to a realized goal, a predetermined goal. Thesis, antithesis, or antithesis, if you want to get all collegiate, and those two opposing factors until you reach the synthesis, okay? To make a thing out of something, constitute or appoint anything, to appoint or ordain, all right? Look, to make ready, and so at the same time to institute, all right? Let's look at the Strongs. Agree, appoint. Now, I'll end it. Let me just look up Hegelian dialectics real quick so you can see that. Hegelian. The Hegelian dialectic is a method of argument that uses internal contradictions to explain how ideas change over time. Blah, blah, blah. Look, the dialectic begins with a thesis or a proposition. An opposing proposition or antithesis is introduced. The contradiction between the thesis and antithesis is resolved in a synthesis or a new proposition. The synthesis is a more sophisticated idea that overcomes the previous oppositions. See? So you got the left and the right. You got pro-choice, pro-life. You got you got this and that. And they just battling. They just going back and forth. And then the synthesis come and is birthed out of that, right? And this is a concept that's used time and time again, all right, that Esau Edom used time and time again, man. There's always Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, right? Two opposing, you had the thesis, you had the antithesis, then you had what came out of that? the civil rights, right? And what came with that? You had the 501c3, and then who did they add? Then they added women's rights and homosexual rights, and that was the synthesis out of those two opposing things, man. So-called civil rights. It's just an example. So anyway, with that, Lord's will. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this crap. Look at this guy. Anyway, simple terms. Yeah, sound good. So anyway, with that, Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson to those who elect. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Shalom.